my name is Abby Bonds, I'm 15 years old, and today I'm going to talk to you about the RSPO. The Roundtable of Sustainable Palm Oil is a non-profit organisation that was set up in 2003 and is based in Switzerland. They basically have been developed to promote, if that's the right word, the use of sustainable palm oil. They help protect primary forest areas. They helped ensure that workers get fair pay, safe working conditions. They help protect endangered species, and basically, ensure that conservation areas, are not going to get affected by palm oil plantations and people who cultivate palm oil. Now, what is palm oil is a different question. Palm oil is harvested from fruits which grow about that big, and they grow in clusters, big clusters, which can weigh up to 50 kilograms. And these clusters are then pressed, and then obviously the oil is extracted. And this oil is found in over half of the world's packaged foods, and that includes like margarines, butters, cakes, cookies, biscuits, breads, anything, even soaps, toothpaste, shampoos, all of these things, not obviously every single brand, but certain brands have. So Indonesia, Indonesia and Malaysia are the main producers, but Asia and the European Union, Europe, are the main consumers, and they use the majority of this oil. So within the palm oil community, the people that grow palm oil, 20% of the producers are smallholders, small families which grow it, to sustain a living, for food, for the basics basically. And it kind of shows why it's important to grow sustainable palm oil. Okay, so you know what palm oil is now. Sustainable palm oil is basically, palm oil that's being grown without with minimal effect on the environment, and every possible way they can think of that's possible to benefit local communities, smallholders, even these big brands. They're ensuring that workers have safe environments, they're getting fair paid, that, they're not working excess hours, they're doing all these things, safely, and they're being treated professionally. And that is what the RSPO is trying to promote. These big clusters grow on trees which are up to 20 meters high in the tropics of Indonesia and Malaysia. They, also found in South Africa, but Indonesia and Malaysia are the main producers. All the while, Asia and Europe, the European Union, are the main consumers of palm oil, the main users. Palm oil is an extremely, it's more efficient than all the other oils, like rapeseed oil. Quite simply because it requires 10% less land to produce the same amount of oil. Basically, palm oil is the world's most widely used vegetable oil. In fact, from the 130 million tons of vegetable oils that were produced last year, 1/3 of that oil was palm oil. So that kind of shows how much, palm oil is used within the world. Basically, if you don't have the RSPO, you have non-sustainable methods of growing palm oil occurring. And these methods include slash and burn technique. You're losing vast areas of forest with a click of a finger like that. And then desertification will occur, and then that's obviously not very good, because then that land's completely useless. And then you've lost species, you've lost all these trees, you've lost, a really important biodiversity, and it's just gone like that. And this is why we need sustainable palm oil methods, because with sustainable methods, you will not be losing areas like this. There'll be, rotations, and endangered species will be ensured that, their numbers are not getting affected by palm oil. And that is why it's important to ensure, to ensure why palm oil is sustainable. So the RSPO has produced a logo, and this logo, palm leaf thing, sorry, that's my notes, and this logo is like a palm leaf thing with RSPO certified, and you'll see these on some products that, you can buy. And it's sort of a little bit like fair trade, it's ensuring that the palm oil that's within this product is fair trade, is sustainable, and that is why it's important. Because if that palm oil is not sustainable, then, you're having it's very likely that, you know, there's damage to the environment being done just to get that palm oil into that food which you're going to consume. And, you know, that is why it's important it's sustainable. So, I'm not saying, you know, don't buy palm oil. Palm oil is, obviously, you can't really avoid it. Most of the time it's just labelled as vegetable oil, so you don't even know you can. And that's another thing why this logo is important, because even if it's just labelled vegetable oil, which it shouldn't really be, because you need to know what you're consuming, but this logo tells you that there is palm oil in this product, and even more importantly, it's sustainable. So, obviously, where you can, I think, don't just wipe out the choice of palm oil, because you're putting these 20% of workers who own these smallholders and, you know, the other 80% out of a job. And obviously, that's pretty much the only way they're going to earn money. And, I mean, you know, it's important that we help these people, so that's why it's important to go for sustainable, because then you know for a fact that they're having, you know, a good job, they're getting fair pay, they're safe. You know, and if you just go for palm oil, these people could be treated like dirt. And you need to make sure that they're not working these excess hours, and that is why it's important to get sustainable palm oil. So keep an eye out for the logo, and check out the RSPO website, and give me some feedback. So, thank you very much for your time. Excuse my cough and my croaky throat and my cold in general. And thank you very much for listening. My name is Abby Barnes, and this is my video on the RSPO.